Good afternoon everyone, it's Rachel here and we're going to do Rachel's weekly challenge, and again we're going to be using these promissory notes. However, you could use printable if you don't have those. You can use dictionary paper if it's strong enough. You can use what else? Music paper, any kind of paper that you want. You just cut it into strips. Like, I'll tell you how wide about approximately this one is. This is my printable. So I'm just going to tear that out, and we might do one with that as well. And we'll do some original ones as well. So if you're using a printable, if you haven't printed on both sides, and let me see which way is the up. I think that way is the up. You want to cover the background. So what will I cover the background with? I could cover it with this fragile paper. Why don't I do that? Got this brown, this is from some sort of book. It's got a watermark in it. So anyway, the time is, well, let's say it's 12:01. I started talking at 12:01, so that's our time. And at 12:46 will be my time's up. And we're going to be making little booklets with these, and I thought they'd be fun. Not too many pages in each one, because I thought they'd be fun little things to, if you have a journal that will allow for it, you know, as in size, it'd be a fun little thing to insert into a journal or tie on the outside of a journal, whatever you like, whatever takes your fancy. So let's glue this on. Of course I should have torn it afterwards. Well, it doesn't tear so well though when the glue's wet, so I'll just cut it. Oh, no, maybe I'll tear it like this. That's what I'll do, so I still keep my torn edge. Tear it that way. That over there. So this is obviously going to be an example of one that's not done with a promissory note. Or check, because some of them are checks. So how was everyone's weekend? I hope you all had a great weekend. It seemed to fly by. Didn't seem to get a lot done. We were out to our friend's place all day yesterday, and then we ended up staying at dinner as well, so we got home late, so I didn't get anything done. I was going to do a video, but I didn't get it done, so I'm sorry about that. Right, now just going to trim that little bit off there. So a lady asked if I could have a sample at the beginning of the video. Well, I don't normally have samples. I'll tell you why. Because I don't make them before I do my video. Like this is me making it now. So yeah, that's why you don't get samples at the beginning of my videos. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, and you want to choose a checky thing that, or promissory note that's strong, like, you know, not a fragile one. And we're going to just fold them in three like that. I was going to tell you about how wide. So that one's about, it's just over 4 inches, and this one is 3.5 inches wide, just to give you an idea. So I've got that one. I've got a couple of already folded. I folded one that way so it could open the opposite direction. This is one of the more narrow checks, and then I've got this one which is similar to that one. I folded that one. That one's a bit smaller. If we've got time, we'll do others, but I'm not going to prepare them unless I need them. So I'll just put those over there. And which way is the up? That way. Of course, this is the reverse side of the check. I've used the other side already. It's still pretty. And so I'm just going to fold that one like so. Okay, probably you shouldn't fold really. See, look what happens. If it's not dry yet, you get crinkles, but it doesn't matter. It's not perfect. Okay, so we've got 4 there. Now we need to gather things that can be pages. Well, this can be a page. I might put some of this in there. Let's do, someone sent me this, I think. We'll put some of this in here. It's a tea-dyed paper that's been printed on. I've got this bookend. I might use some of that paper. And what else? So it could be like a little book that you, I wanted to put some of this sort of painted paper in there. Could be like a little book that you write, you know, create for writing or for a little collaging in it for fun. Or it could be that you do it, I'll tear that down in a minute, for writing, for collaging, or you could have the papers in there ready to rip out for collaging. You put all your scraps in there and have them there for collaging as well. I'm just trying to see. I've got this German paper here. We might put a few of those. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll have one each. I don't want too many pages. It's not going to be a huge book. Just a little one. So obviously if you're mass making like Tina does, you would prepare all of your bits. You know, like all in a row. So prepare all of your folds first. And then pull your pages out. Obviously each one is going to be a different width, so all I'm going to do to measure it is I'm just going to put it on my book, and then I'm going to tear it down less than what I need it to be. So we'll do this book and that will go in another one, so we'll put that aside. That's 2, and we'll put them in 2 piles, and then they can each have this, and this will need to be torn down. And I quite like the edge, this edge here, so I'll keep that, and we'll lose the number. So I'll go in a little bit in for that, for this book, and that can go, was it that one, or was it that one? It was that one. So I'll put that one there, and I'll keep that because I can collage with that. And so that's that book. So let's maybe we'll put the papers for each book underneath it. I don't have a lot of space, and we'll put that one, that one would be, wait, I'm going to switch it out because this one's narrower, and I know that this piece fits in the other one. A bit of shuffling going on here, so that one can go over there with that one. And I need to measure this. Oh, I've got 2 there. Put those over there. I want to keep the edge. Oh, I won't keep the edge this time. I think I'll keep the numbers. I like the numbers. So I just sort of put it there, eyeball it, if it's more or less straight, and that will go with that page, and that can go on my pile for scraps. And then we have this. I might just tear this down, and that can be a little page in that one. And we'll do a page. I'm just looking at my one up there, and I'm measuring it. It's a really lovely book, and I didn't scan it because the book was early 1900s, but I don't really know whether it's okay for scanning, so I didn't scan it, but it's very pretty paper. I've got another piece, so I don't mind using some of it. So I've got this, that'll go in there, and then I need to tear down this one only very slightly, and I think I'll tear, so I only tear a little bit off because that's a wider check. So that's got 2, those have 3. I've got this paper here, so I'm going to tear this edge off. Oh, might tear a bit less off, I think. Whoops, and I'm not putting enough pressure there. And I think I'll just tear it in half. So then I've got 1 for one book and 1 for the other book. And I think these might have been sent to me. I'm not sure. So that one will go there. It doesn't matter if they're smaller than what you need. It really doesn't matter. You can still use them. So that's going to go over there. This poor one doesn't have any. So that's just going to fit there. So I won't tear that one down. And then I've got this lovely paper. I don't know if I'll use that. This one, I'll just take a little edge off, and then that will go in there. If it's too long, I'll tear it down, or I might fold it. That's why I'm not worrying about that yet. So that's that. I'm not going to use this paper. I've got, what else? Oh, I have some ledger paper that the lovely Pam sent me. I think I'll use some of that. Pam from Pandora's Junk Journals. So there, I need to put my marker there, my finger. My finger is my marker. And this one, I think I might even tear this one in half. Put 1 over there and 1 there, so you can have a little page. And then I need it for this one. I'll do it a little bit narrower. And again, I'm going to tear it in half, more or less. And that can go there and there. And now we've got this paper here, which is the straw paper. And I'm going to tear that down for that one. And I'll tear it. I'm just going to eyeball it. No, I'm not. I tell a lie. Yep, I can come over a little bit. There's a tear there, so that's perfect. Okay, so let's start having a look what it's going to look like. And oh dear, falling off my chair. I always sit too far forward on my chair. I've only got 4 pages. I think we'll go for 5. Now let's just grab this one. It's like this. So I'm going to fold it like so. And I was going to tear the edge of that, but maybe I won't. We'll see. Oh, I might tear a little bit. I want the torn look as much as possible. Okay, so that's going to go in. I'm not going to tear that one. That's a tiny page. This one I will tear. So we do need a few more pages. We'll get those in a minute. That's got a bit of glue on it, so I'm happy to tear that. And then that one I won't tear. Okay, so sort of this one's going to open backwards, so it's like a Japanese book. So I'm going to put that in there. I'm just going to organize them. Okay, and now we've got a green theme going on here, and you know, without even thinking about it. So that's going to go in there, and it will be stitched in there, and it will close like that. Okay, but it needs another page. I'm going to put another page in. So let's do this one. So this is my, so I need to tear it down a little bit to get the correct width. And I'm choosing not to cut. This one I'm going to just fold like this. So you could have a little bit of fun and add something. This one I'm going to fold like so and give it a tear. It's quite brittle sort of paper. Give that a tear. I think this one will be fine, yes. And then I've got this one. This one I'm going to tear down. And here I've got 5 sheets. I think 5 sheets is a nice amount. You could, I mean, you could have as many as you like. You could make a bulky little book if you want to. You don't have to just do what I'm doing. Okay, so then here, I mean, and look how beautiful it is inside. And this is very strong, this one. So I need to organize my papers. I don't have any color theme going on here. And I think I like this. I might have this here so I can see that. Then I'll put this paper in. And then I won't put 2 planes together. So I'll put the German script in, and then I'll put the plain paper there. So it's just a bit of fun. And that will be stitched in there, and just check that it closes, and it does. Now I want to finish them off before I decide if I'm going to do another one, because that goes that way, because you know, I want to put a little closure on them and stuff like that, and decide if I want to put any sort of decoration. I may not, or I may, we don't know yet. So tear down. I've still got to find another page for that one, and this one's got 5, so this one's all right. Oh, not enough, so let me tear a bit more off. Good way to use up those scraps, like if you've got strips of paper, this is a good way to use them up. So I'll fold that like that. Obviously I'm not putting all plain papers in, so if you wanted it just for writing, you could just fill it with straw paper, or a mix of straw paper and grid paper, or you could fill it up with what's it called, tea dyed paper, coffee dyed paper, avocado dyed paper, whatever you like. That one, and then this one. So just tear the little end off that. Okay, so I think I might like to see, I think I'll have this one. Can I see the green paper? Yes, I can. So I'll put those together like that. Then I'll put the straw paper, and then the printed tea-dyed paper. I might have them at different heights, and then the ledger paper. And that's going to stitch in there, and that closes. Okay, which one had 4? This one had 4. I think this one needs another piece in it. Okay, and then let's see what's happening with this one. So this was the printable one. So obviously this one is even stronger than the others. So we'll just, this one's only got 4 as well, so we need to get some more pages for that. So I need to, just need to fold it so I can see, just tear a little bit off that one. I mean, you could put book pages in, as in, need to tear off a bit more. Sort of floral pages too, that could be nice. They're only small, so don't want to go too bananas. That fits. And then this one I'm going to fold like so. Okay, so I need 2 more pages for those. Let me just see what paper I've got floating around here. Here we go. We've got some ledger paper. Let's tear that up. I know we've already got ledger paper, but this is a different ledger paper. So I'll put that there. So I want to tear it to about there. And this one I'm going to fold like so. Is that enough? Yes. And then I'm just going to fold this in so it's like a little flip out. And then this one, so I did say I had a few ideas for the checks, so I just wanted to play around with those before we move on to something else. So anyone who has purchased them, well, thank you very much, is able to, you know, when they arrive, you'll have all your little projects lined up that you want to do. And I'll fold that one that way. Okay, so we've got to find a spot for that. I might even just put it in here. Flip it around, I think. Like so. And then here, I'll put this one, that one, and that one. Okay, and that's going to go in there. Now I need to stitch them together. So what I'm thinking is I'm just going to grab a regular needle. I'm not going to do any measuring whatsoever. What do I have? So I'm just going to find some thread. I've got this blue perle cotton. We might use that just because it's handy. Where's my needle? Here. It's just a little, you know, simple book, so you don't need to do too much. Okay, so I'm going to grab a couple of paper clips. This will be the thickest one to go through. So I'm just thinking, do I want my book all to poke my holes? Let's see how I go. No, I don't think so. The needle's going through. So if you need to, you can poke a hole. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to measure, because unless you like things to be really, really, really precise, you don't have to measure. I'm just eyeballing it, just pushing my needle through. Look how easy that is. Just like a regular 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Just because this needle is sharp, I've just got to be careful not to split my thread, and I don't even have to come up through the same hole. It doesn't really matter. It's just a bit of fun. And so then you end up, because you put 5 sheets in there, you end up with 10 pages and 20 page faces to play around with, whether they're for writing, as I said, or they're for little mini collage book, or a book that you want to, you could put in little pages to rip up, and then you can just cut the signature out and then put a new signature in. Obviously you wouldn't want to do it too many times because it might weaken, but that's also another idea. Now this one is opening the opposite direction, and this is a thinner check, but it seems to be holding up, and I just need to make sure all my papers are lined up inside the boundaries of the check. Okay, and in I go, more or less in the middle. This is going to be easier because it's thinner. Keep a little tail so you can tie it. Oops, you don't want to slip slide around. Okay, and don't stab yourself if at all possible. I like the blue, even though I've got green papers in there. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm just doing a little stitch in the center, and I just want to be careful, as I said, not to split this one. There we go. So I managed to come through the same hole there. Trim it, pull it and tie it, and you've got a nice little hand-stitched, very quick booklet. Now we will see about if we want to do any sort of embellishing. We might make another one if there's no embellishing going to happen. I don't know yet because I haven't looked at them properly. You can trim it off as close as you like if it's embroidery floss, because you'll be able to tie it fairly tightly. Just my bone folder is buried somewhere, but run along it with your bone folder or your nails like this, just to make sure it's all folded correctly. So that's that one. That one's, as I said, is more robust. Let's put this on there. Now here, let's do this one. Now am I going to have enough? I think so. And then I'll get another piece. So that's the center. So if you were using a blunt needle, you can poke holes with your bone. I was going to put clips on. I totally forgot to put the clips on. There you go. Don't need clips. If you want to use a blunt needle, which is better, because then you don't risk splitting your thread, and which means then you won't be able to pull it tight. Just poke holes with your book awl, and then you'll be able to go through with a blunt needle. I just love all these little fun things to add to journals. I don't always add them because I forget all these things. I forget about them because, you know, memory like a sieve. Can't remember all my little bits and pieces. But they are certainly something interesting for someone to get a surprise and pull out of a pocket and think, oh, isn't that fun? Whoop-de-doo. Okay. Hopefully you can see. I'm just threading my needle. You don't need to see that. So that one's done. As I said, get your bone folder ready, which I don't have, and crease it all. I just love them with these checks. Really, really, really nice. Something different, isn't it? Got some thicker papers in there. Just something about using a needle and thread that's really relaxing to me. The sewing machine is more frenetic. It goes faster and it's like more, I use it, it's more like I'm in a hurry sort of thing. Like you could easily take these and stitch them through the sewing machine. Easy, because they're not thick and no trouble. Just whiz them through and they'll be done in a flash. Although I think when you don't have to measure your holes and everything, they do end up being quite quick. Okay, so put my needle back over there. Pull it tight. Obviously, if you're going to stitch them down with a machine down the center, Probably they're going to be more permanent pages, and you would have to stitch it with a fairly long stitch, because otherwise you're just perforating the paper really close together and then it can just rip apart really easily. Okay, so that's that. Crease it, and there's that one. Okay, so let's think about the closure. You could put an eyelet in. We might do that. Let's put. What I would like to do is to put. Oh well, I could do that. Just a minute. No, I don't want to put an eyelet. I want that bodgy. Where's that bodgy? It's not here. I don't have it. Where's it gone? Oh, I don't have my memory keepers hole punch. I did see I had two little circles there. Just a sec. I don't know if I can get them. Maybe I can. You know, the one that does these, the hole reinforcers. That's what I need. But I don't have it here. I can do two, and then the other one we'll do with eyelets. So let's put. So what I would do with these is just glue them on. So I'll get this glue here. I can manage this one better. I definitely don't have that. It's in the other room because I was using it. Okay, well, we'll just do two like that. Okay, just eyeball more or less where the center is. I'm gluing that down first. I want to buy a little round hole punch about that size. I think it will be easier than that We Are Memory Keepers one, and then you just use your crocodile to punch a little hole. Put that there. Okay. And then I grab this. I think it's better to use one of these for this sort of little project. I kind of feel like it's wasteful to use a, you know, an eyelet. I think this is more cost effective, if you know what I mean, for such a little project. So then you get this, and will I do a big hole? Let's have a look. Or I could have done the hole first and then put the eyelet. That's it. And then put the hole reinforcer, but that seems to be okay like that. And this one has a bit of glue around it, so let's see how I go with that. Got it. Great. So they are reinforced, and then you can put, which I don't actually have here, it's in the other room, you put some baker's twine in it. I might have to hop up and go and get it. And then this one, I'll show you. Let's do one. We'll do this one with an eyelet because this one's more robust. So let's do this one with an eyelet, and I'll just show you that. So like that, use this circle, this hole, this size hole, and then we'll have a blue eyelet, maybe a pale blue for a change. Put that in there. Grab that. And there we go. There's my that's it with an eyelet. So it's a bit more professional, slightly more robust and professional. This one, I guess I could do this one as well. Why don't we do this one? Because this one's quite thin paper, so this one would probably prefer. It's telling me it prefers an eyelet to protect it, and I might put a bronzy color one. Actually, that bronze color that's a more browny color. That will go better because I can see, I just saw the Dolce Vita there, and it's the same color as that. So why don't we coordinate our colors? Now, if you're using the real checks, I mean, they are, oh, that's a bit of a lesser quality eyelet. I think it was a bit harder to squish. So that goes like that. Now, got two with eyelets, so two closure ideas, eyelets or hole reinforcers, or nothing. Or you could stitch some lace on there or something. Like, you don't have to. You could just stitch some lace there and wrap it round. Like, you don't have to punch holes, if you know what I mean. So, okay, now let's look at them and see what to do, and then we'll worry about... Now this one I really like. I don't think I want to add anything to that. I could add something there. Don't really want to cover too much up. So let's just have a look. over here what we've got floating around. And it's literally floating, a floating mess. Could put something like that there. Or you could have it here in this blank space. But no, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to decorate anything inside in this project. You can. But I would like to possibly put something on the outside. That's cute. I like that one because that's that kit that I've got that I put the background. A lady asked me why wasn't it white. Well, that's why, because I felt like sometimes you can't cut into everything, and then you sort of I just wanted to see if I wanted to add a bit of this, and yeah, you can't cut into everything, and then you get the bright white, and this is more, yeah, I think I'll put that there, and this is more yellowy, so it just makes life a bit easier as far as fussy cutting is concerned. Now, I don't have any baker's twine. I like the look of baker's twine. It's in the other room because I use it for packaging and things. I might have a little bit in a drawer here left over. See, I haven't covered up too many things there that I really like, so that's good. And that's just on the back of it. And then we'll do the baker's twine in a minute. Now, this one has a bit more scope for something here, I think. And could have something there, but if I put something here, I won't put something there. So let's just decide. Don't want anything too big, I don't think. Well, that's what I'm thinking. I do like that. I do like that. I might put that there. Let's just see. Or do I prefer it there? See, it's good on the back as well. How do you decide? Maybe I could put it on the back. And maybe here I could have, do I have a little mini button? No. Let me see, do I prefer it on the front, on the back, or, you know, I'm going to put it on the back. I've had a thought. Something, see, this is what happens. You audition and then something flashes into your mind and then you figure it out. That's what happens. Well, that's what happens to me. As I'm mucking about, making decisions, another thing flashes into my mind, and hopefully in between gluing it down and getting to the idea that flashed into my mind, I don't forget what it is, because that can happen. Okay, here we go. So my thought was I could have, or a stamped label there, or one of these. There's the stamped ones. We'll look at those in a sec. But I wanted to see, I've got lots of these mini labels that I really like. And I was thinking possibly one of those might be nice. See, I like that one. I like that one, but I feel like, you know, it's fairly obvious choice, and I don't like to go with the obvious choice. It's just a problem that I have, because that one's pretty. Oh, I think I like the other one more. So we won't audition too many. Yes, I'm liking these ornate ones. Okay, I don't know if I want that one. Which way does that one go? Can't see. No, I like the other one. Okay, the colour's better. But just let me check quickly whether I might like one of these. Probably not, but I just want to check. No. I didn't mind that, but it's a bit big. That's what I'm feeling. No. And no, I think I'm going to go, there you go, I'm going to go with my original choice. Surprise, surprise. So I'm glad I stopped at 4, because I wouldn't have really gotten more than that done. Okay, so that's that. We'll look at them afterwards. Now here we have this one. I don't really want to. Another idea to close too, excuse me for a second, is you could have it like that and put an eyelet there and then do it and have the flap on the inside. You could do that as well. I'm not sure that I want something on this one. I think all of my flowers are very big. That would be nice if I could be bothered to cut the rest of the white off. I should be bothered, but you know, that's a thing. Those are pretty. They're small enough. That one's huge. Got plenty of time. No need to fuss. Okay. Oh, what about the birds? Where are my birds? Oh, they're here, right in front of my face. Oops. Oh, I love that. See? That little bird's just going to go right there. Just plonk it on the back. I knew there was something that could go there. I don't have my little scissors in here. I cannot find them I just cannot find them. It's just not possible, but I'm just going to trim with my big scissors. Don't freak out. I just trim it with a little bit with these. I don't normally use these for fussy cutting, but my choices are limited at the moment. Okay, so now we can glue. Oh my goodness, I know I'm going to rip him. I can feel it now because it's very fragile there. Thin. Okay, careful. Right. Okay. I didn't rip it. That's one for the books. Cute. So cute. I love that. I love the colours. It's the colours that are getting me going. And the bird is cute. And that's just going to go on the front. I don't think... Well, I don't know. Let's just check. You never know. Might like a label. Like you could have a little... Tracy has these little labels. I don't always use those because they're more specific. But, you know, you could put thoughts on there or create. You can write your little creative ideas in there. Could be a little to-do book sort of thing. So you could use those. I'm thinking probably I'm not going to put a label on there, but I just wanted to double check because you never know. I don't think so. I don't think it needs a label, so I'm going to leave it. That one's done. You can then go in and collage in there, but I'm not doing any of that in this, as I said in this video. And then we've got the printed one here. And that can also be left. They're also great writing spaces. Now this one can be decorated because it's got space for decoration. So let's just see here. Won't use the same bird, although I think it would probably be cute. That bird is going to disappear in there. I could, oh no, I put my eyelet on now. That could go on the back. Oh, I like the colours. I'm going to put it on the back. I like the colours. I'm not feeling like, because the checks are so pretty, I'm not feeling like they need anything else. Like normally I might put a label and other stuff, but I just think they're so pretty that they don't really need it. And then, I mean, you could stick a big flower on there, but I don't know. I need to find one that I feel like is going to be the right fit. I do quite like that one. Doesn't cover everything. It does cover a bit though. Or you could put just nothing. Have a little butterfly there. I'm not digging the butterflies lately. I don't know. I don't seem to be using them, do I? They keep getting rejected, the butterflies. Don't know what my problem is with butterflies at the moment. It's just not happening for me. Oh, I like that one. That's it. I'm going to put that there. Okay, cool. Oh, you can make another one and then leave it all blank if you feel like it's all being covered up in this one. You just make another one because that's printable, that one. But as I said, there's so much loveliness happening in the background. I really don't feel like you need to add too many more things. I feel like this one, because it's got quite a big plainish sort of flap, it could, I'm saying could, it might not, but it could. That's too big. Two, 4, 1, that's it. That's going to go on there. There we go. Made a decision. Now I know somewhere I've got some quite thin lace. Oh, I've still got 4 minutes, plenty of time. I'm going to put that down there. I like that, and that's done. So let's move these things out of the way, and we just need to put our tie on them. I'm not sure where my thin, oh, I think I've got a mozzie bite on my neck. I have some thin lace somewhere, not here. Not in that one. It could be in that one over there, but I can't bother to get it. I think these are all bigger laces, these ones. Let's have a look. Something like that's good. That's what I keep those for. And that one. I know I've got a thinner one. So let me just have a look in here. Somewhere. Wasn't that, that's not what I was thinking of. I'm not finding it. The one, I don't know what box is it in. Huh? What box is that one in? Certainly not there. Okay, well, baker's twine is good, but let's just try this type of lace. This is what I like this for. I won't cut it, we'll just see. So, want a bit to tie. So that will be like that, and then it needs to, I wrap it around that way, so then you use less, because it is precious antique lace, this. So that's one tie option. So I've just slipped it through there. Now what I need to do is just grab this and loop it, or you could knot it, but I'm going to loop it. Just tighten it carefully. That goes that way. Oh, that one can go that way. It was meant to go the other way, but I'm going to have it that way. And then just tie it. That's it. And do a little bow. So that's that one. Isn't that cute? And then just looking at it, I'm thinking maybe that one's very thick. I do have a thinner one. I think I'd like baker's twine on that one. Put that one aside. We'll do this one. The one can be with lace and one can be with baker's twine. Or the other way, actually another easier way, is to just slide it through, wrap it round, like so. Oh, got an itch. Hold them up. Oh gosh, I'm being a fiddle pot. Tie it. They are pretty with the lace. I think I'll do this one with lace as well. I might use, as I figured out to do it that way, I'm going to use this netting one. I love this. So just slide it through. Yep, that'll be long enough. So just hold them up together. See, I worked that one out. So as I said, even some nice string, or, you know, like jute string, or if it's not too chunky, or baker's twine, yep, they'll do the job, or a nice ribbon. So those ones have got lace, and for some reason I don't like the lace around that one. I think it's because it's a newer check. I think that's what's getting me, is it's a newer check. So I don't want the lace. So I'm going to see, I think I've got some old string here. Let's do the string. But the string, I am going to do it. This is thin string. It's very good. I don't know where I got that. It's not old. I don't think it's old, and it needs to. That's gonna wrap around. Maybe we'll just have it wrap around once, just because otherwise you end up with this big long thing that's really annoying to deal with when you unravel it to do something in the little booklet. So you don't want to go too long. Put it through. Don't pull it too tight, because remember you've got the paper there, and then this one, the long one wraps around and the short one stays out, and then you tie it. I'm holding it upside down. It's probably not the best way to tie my bow. I feel like my bow's upside down. So that's just with a thin jute string. And I should have brought it over here and tied my bow over there, but that just gives you the idea. So there you have it. That's my Roxy's Weekly Challenge, making little, I guess, what do we call them? Trifold booklets? Little wraparound booklets. They're little wraparound booklets. I like the threading through that way. Actually, I might thread that one through that way as well, because I think it's easier. And then just tie them up with whatever takes your fancy. We'll just flip through one just to remind ourselves. And the embellishing, whatever you like. So, and then it's just got a few pages, and put in as many pages as you like, whether it's for writing or to make a little mini journal, really cute. Could be for a little stitch collage or something like that. So I just think they're fun, like a fun little extra in your journal, or in someone's journal, whoever it might be, and tie it up. And then I'll show you the back. Not too bulky, a little bit, but not too. That's the back. Isn't that pretty? That's the back. That's the back. Oh, I love that. I'm going to tie that one again. I'm going to slide it through. I think it's better. And that. How cute is that? So I hope you enjoyed that idea. Nice way to use your original ephemera. If you don't have original ephemera, you can use a printed ephemera, or you can use book pages, whatever you like. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be checks. I'm just showing ideas with checks. So there we go. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.